Hey guys. Yeah, I just thought I'd come on here real quickly. I've got about a little over 13 to 23 minutes left before I have to clock into work from lunch. But I wanted to come on here and kind of let you guys know, in case you don't know, even though places like Equestria Daily have reported it, that the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Holiday Special / Christmas Special, Holiday / Christmas Special, The Best Gift Ever, officially debuted yesterday on Netflix. Now, there is a catch though. Unless Netflix is going to update their database, which they do on a weekly, bi-weekly basis it seems, to add in all the new material, movies, shows, specials that have come out or that have debuted on the service, so that when you go on the service, whether it's through television, smartphones, computer, tablets, whatever, you'll be able to see, one of the first things you'll be able to see is a lot of the new releases that just debuted over the past week, and mostly through this past Thanksgiving weekend. Well, like I said, there's a catch. You see, when I looked for the best gift ever, I scrolled through all the categories, from new releases to kids related, feel goods, girl powers ones, if you will, you name it. Nothing was there. Even in the sections where you would expect to find MLP, whether it's Friendship is Magic or Equestria Girls, it was not there. What I had to do was type it up in the search engine. I had to go and search for it. I had to type in best gift ever or best gift, and there it was. So basically, until I'm guessing Netflix updates their database this week to include some of the new releases, especially the Christmas related ones, you basically have to search for the best gift ever. But once you find it, you'll be able to add it to your playlist, if you will, and be able to watch it over and over as much as you want. And it's surprising, and it's surprising that it came out as soon as it did. Usually specials like this take about a month, maybe a month and a half to go to a streaming service. This took 28 days from its debut. Yeah, think about that. Tomorrow will be 30 days, a month, since it debuted. Here, it was 28 days. Here was 28 days, so to see that happen, to see that happen is maybe not as noteworthy as some people think, but it is kind of surprising that something MLP related would take that long. I mean, how long did it take for season 8 completely to show up on Netflix after it finished? Sorry about that. But like I said, how long did it take for season 8 to debut on Netflix after it finished up? Huh? It took about a month, but it came. So it is kind of surprising that this took about less than that to happen. But yeah, Best Gift Ever is now on Netflix. But the only catch as of right now, unless they plan to update the database within the next few days, is you have to search for Best Gift Ever. Now you might say, well, Netflix kind of updates daily, so it might be on there already, as soon as we go to Netflix. And it might be, that's true, but I'm just saying, just in case it doesn't pop up as, oh, this is a new release, you're going to have to search for it. Sorry about that, folks, but like I said, the only catch really is you have to search as of right now, unless, like I said, like I just mentioned, unless Netflix updates daily, the menu page, the streaming menu page, so that one of the first things you see pop up as a new release is Best Gift Ever. Or unless they're waiting until later on this week, like tomorrow or in the middle of the week, to update it, then yeah, basically you have to search for the Best Gift Ever if you want to watch it and add it to your playlist. But speaking of best gift ever, I wanted to also take this time to kind of also talk about again that ending that we got, especially with Spike and his song to Rarity. I know some people are like, that. Sorry about that, but like I said, I know some people are like, well, Brian, MLP fans, Bronies, Pegasisters, we don't know if this basically means anything now. We don't know that. We don't know if it really means anything. It could just be another tease, as let's say Map, Anthropony would say. And it might be a tease. It might just be another tease to the shippers, but I want you to think about this for a moment, if you will, guys. I want you to think about this for one solitary moment. They didn't have to do this whole scenario with Spike and Rarity if there wasn't something to it. If there wasn't something to it. Now, I want you to think about the person who wrote the episode, Michael Vogel. Michael Vogel worked with Nicole Dubuc, Josh Haber on this episode. Now, is Michael Vogel, easy for me to say, Michael Vogel, is he a fan of Spike and Rarity? Is he... is he a fan of him? We can't say if he's not or he is. We don't know if Michael Vogel, Vogel, I think, is his last name. Vogel is a fan. We don't know that. Maybe he just decided it was cute to add in. We don't know. We don't know if he just decided it was something cute to add in. We don't know if maybe Nicole, who's the story editor and basically the executive producer in place of Megan McCarthy, kind of gave the okay and said, look, let's add Spike and Rarity and the whole Sparity ship to the story, because if you think about it, like I've mentioned before, if this special in a sense is also like a love letter to the fans, then obviously Nicole Dubuc and Josh Haber, mostly Nicole I believe, knows that there's a lot of fans that support Spike and Rarity. They know that. So I wouldn't be surprised if she made the suggestion to go that route. Now, did Michael have to go the route that he did by having Spike sing the song that was written by Daniel Ingram? Did they have to do that? No. But obviously Nicole wanted it to be, but obviously Nicole did it for several reasons. One is this special is kind of like a thank you letter to the fans, but by being the way it was at times, then there's no doubt, being, like I said, being the way it was at times, then there's no doubt that Nicole wanted that moment to happen, and wanted this ship to be acknowledged in the special, or as a subplot in the special, because of the fans that support it. But also, I think, when you really think about it, and I've mentioned this before as well, Nicole probably just sat down, had a meeting with Michael Vogel, Josh Haber, and Megan McCarthy, and said, look, if we are indeed approaching the very last season, why not just go all out? Why not just make this whole Spike Rarity deal somewhat official and somewhat canon? Why not just, take a leap of faith and see what happens? And I guarantee, I can't guarantee, but I can almost tell you that in a way there's going to probably be some fellow MLP analysis and reviewers that have yet to talk about the special, like Cartoon Gentleman, Will and Katie, that being Thespio and Midnight Sonata, Voice of Reason, let's see, Silver Quill, the editor, the editor MLP, that is, there's a whole bunch. Even Saber Spark, and I guarantee you Lily Orchard have yet to tackle this episode. And I guarantee you, some of them, not all of them, but some of them might say that the way they got to this moment, like at first they may have not liked how Spike got Rarity's name or cutie mark to begin with, but I was thinking about this yesterday, thinking about how, let's say, Thespio and Midnight would react. And I think they're the kind that would react to the point that even though they may not like how Spike got Rarity in the first place, that what he does afterwards, especially here at the end, will wash all that away. And almost, in a sense, to them, this could be basically the way they see a Rarity-Spike relationship actually working. It's very subtle. We know it's there. We know it's somewhat official. And if it carries on into season 9, and some of the signs that we see throughout the season is just like little cheek nuzzling and both of the cheeks nuzzling together, little nose rubs together, then that's all that's really needed to kind of say, yeah, these two are somewhat of an item. Because again, the one thing I want to always express and point out is when Spike sings that one lyric about nothing compares to Rarity, nothing he could find could compare to Rarity. I want you to notice how basically the camera zooms in, well, not necessarily zooms in, but focuses on Rarity and her reaction. That is a reaction that has been seen numerous times in movies and in television shows, live action or animated, when basically, and I've said this before, when the realization dawns on somebody, mostly it's the female, with all due respect, dawns on the female that what the other person is saying to them through song or poem or whatever is how much they love them. They're basically saying, I love you. And that's basically what Spike did here. He, in his own very sweet, subtle way, through this song, because when you think about it, this song was, started out mainly, Spike's portion of it anyway, started out as a Christmas love song. It was a Christmas love song that Spike was serenading to Rarity. And like I said, when you see how the camera focuses on Rarity in her reaction, it's like suddenly dawning on her that, hey, this guy's telling me that he loves me. That he loves me more than just as a friend. And that's what Spike did here. He said basically he loves her. He's basically saying in the song, Rarity, I love you. And he did it in a very sweet and gentle way. And if you think about it, out of all this proposed suitors, stallions that she's been wanting to go and be with and go after and all that, even if they were willing to give her a chance, did they ever go that far and do what Spike did? No. And I think that's why, if I'm someone like Will and Katie, that if they finally talk about this episode and review it, or the special and review it, that even though they may have not agreed on how he got Rarity's cutie mark name, if you will, to begin with, that as soon as we get to this ending, it's basically going to wash all that away. And they might even agree that if they go this route, if they want to carry this on into season 9, if it is the last season, we don't know that yet, but if it is the last season, that this would probably be the best way to kind of carry this about. Like, make this, like, if you're going to go through with making these two a couple, an item, than doing it in this very subtle way, where maybe you'll get like I said, a few cheek nuzzles and nose rubs here and there throughout the season. That's just, and maybe a peck on the cheek or something from Rarity to Spike, or even both to each other. Then that's all that matters. And maybe you might get a full-on kiss on the lips between the two, but we don't know that yet. But if they go the route that they kind of took at the ending, like with Spike and what he did for Rarity, I think that's going to be good enough for any fans, including someone like Will and Katie, Thespio and Midnight, Voice of Reason, Silver Quill, you name it, to say, you know what, if they stay the course and go this route with this relationship, this might work. This might be something that could work. So that's all I'm going to say, guys. I got to get back into work though, but yeah, just to let you know, Best Gift Ever is now on Netflix. You may have to search for it if it doesn't pop up as soon as you go to Netflix and it says new releases. You may have to search for it, like I said. And also, I just thought I'd give some final thoughts, some additional thoughts to the whole Spike's gift to Rarity, song gift to Rarity, the whole Sparity thing at the end of Best Gift. So let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I am out.